Hello, welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is the 6 yard box, and this is the Premier League review. Looking back on the game over the weekend, game day, week 25. You need to channel, please subscribe, like, share. This is the 6 yard box, and you're welcome. We're gonna have a look at the Premier League. We're getting into February now, and this is where the long slog starts. This is where teams you get into your groove and you want to have a run at have a consecutive run at games. This is when European football comes back as well. It's going to be tough for the teams playing in Europe. So yeah, this is where the business ended. So let's get straight into the review. Looking back on the games that was played over the weekend. You can see the results there. Game that was played over the weekend. This one, Brentford going in taking on Liverpool. This one was normally a banana skin for most teams going to Brentford. Saturday lunchtime kickoff is always very tough, but I think Liverpool just walked the floor with them. To be honest, I think they conceded first as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think Brentford scored first and Liverpool just ran riot. A couple of goals from the Liverpool front line, and I think Diego Jota got on the score sheet as well. And that one was a big result. I don't like saying big statement because most people say that, but it was a big result, and I think Liverpool just showed that they're not going to go away. They're still top of the tree. And that was a very impressive result for Liverpool. Then we go on to Fulham versus Villa. Fulham, this one I thought was going to be a draw, but Villa won two late goals. I think we considered first actually. Came back two goals from the striker, Ollie Watkins. And, Villa, occasionally, during the season, they've been poor away from home. But this result is just a good result. Fulham is a tough place as well to go to. Fulham are so unpredictable as well. The week before they beat, who did they beat? I think they beat Bournemouth the week before. I think that's their problem. They're so inconsistent, Fulham. And big win for Villa there. Then we go on to Forest versus West Ham. This one, I thought West Ham was going to have a bounce back, that kind of reaction after a heavy defeat from Arsenal. But Forest just smashed them by 2 goals to 0. And according to I saw some of the highlights and I think it was a beatdown as well. Could have been more than that. West Ham have to get out of this rut, losing 2 games in a row. They gotta have to pick themselves up very very soon. They can't afford to be losing games, and they are still 8 in the table or something. So got a manager there that's it's been very good for West Ham. They won a couple of games as well. I mean, they won a cup as well. They've been really doing really well. They were in the Europa. They won the Europa League, and they were in the finals of the. Sorry, they were in the Europa. They were in the finals of the Europa League, and then they won the Conference League last season. So you know, I think they need the result in their next outing. Definitely West Ham. And it's something that they have to work on. With Forest, I think this is a good victory for them. Can they go on a run? That's the key thing in February. You have to go on a run, 5, 6 games. Just push on, and that's what you got to do. I think inconsistency is a problem with most teams as well. This is the game we won. The next one is Tottenham Wolves. This one was going to be a tough one for Tottenham. I knew it was going to be tough. Tottenham coming into the game missing their key player in Poro and Udoji in midfield. I think that was the problem initially, and Tottenham really struggled in that game, and they lost the game. It was a case of you know not really being. They didn't even create enough chances, and they were just there was just no spark. They dominated possession, but they were not going anywhere without possession. Who scored their first goal from a header from outside the box? Really poor goal to concede. I think I think Tottenham have to go back. For me, I believe they have just to go back to be difficult to beat and not concede goals. I think their last 2 goals games they've conceded first. I think that's what they need to go back to. Stop conceding goals. And I think the forward players will find positions and situations to be able to score. And yeah, I think that's what he just kind of has to bounce back when next they play. They are not playing this weekend because of Chelsea's Carabao Cup final. So they got 2 weeks to really prepare. Wolves really, really well. Counter, I think they beat Tottenham twice this season, 2-1 scoreline. And yeah, I think they're getting into a stage as well now whereby, they need to just be consistent. Pedro Neto was wanted by everybody. So he's the key to Wolves doing really good this season. So we're going to Newcastle, Bournemouth. This one ended 2-2. Um, Bournemouth played really, really well. I think Sri Lanka scored a goal as well. For you to go up to New St. James's Park and play out the draw, I think Newcastle got an equalizer in the last minute or something. I can't really remember the game. But just looking at that result tells you Newcastle are struggling and Bournemouth they're playing really well because if you go to Newcastle and get a draw, you must be doing something really well. Newcastle, they need to get some players back. I think Wilson is out. He's given for this for a while as well, and I think it's just a case of being solid at the back. It's got some of their players back as well. That's the problem as well. So I don't know why they are struggling to what do you call it? They're struggling to score goals. Sorry, struggling to keep defenses out. But I guess that's what happens when you have injuries, and then the players come back, and then they have to be fit. It takes them a couple of games to be fit, and it does not happen. Just so you have your players back. They need to go into the rhythm as well, and I think Newcastle should just stay focused and try and finish as high as they can. Bournemouth as well, they're doing really well as well. So it's going to be interesting. Then Burnley out against Arsenal. This one, Arsenal went crazy again. That's 11 goals in 2 games, clean sheet. I think they're one of the teams in form right now. They're playing really well, although I saw some of the goals. Burnley will give you chances and they concede loads of goals as well. Arsenal, they're coming up to the ball, but they are up against these two beast in City and Liverpool, especially City, and I think they just have to keep winning. Basically, they have to keep winning. Arsenal fans want, praises. You get praises for finishing second. Yeah, but fine, but you still have to go. You can't get the praise that you want unless you actually go and deliver and go and win the league. Even if you push City to 2 points and you lose the league by 2 points, you still not won the league. So and they're playing really well. They're playing really well, but their fans should know that you need to you need to actually go and earn that praise. You need to take that praise, and you can't give you praise for finishing second or run. Going to what am I going to put it going through till the end of the season? You don't get anything for that. So, but I think they're very good side. But can they play the same way when the pressure is on, when you have like 5 games to the end of the season, that's when the big beast, the City will come in. The City, they've got the know-how, they've done it so many times. So then we have City Chelsea, that one was played as well midweek. That was played on Sunday, ended goalless, ended 1-1 draw. And actually that was Saturday. That ended 1-1. Chelsea City. That was a 5:30 kickoff. Yeah, it was. I saw that game. Chelsea played very well from the start. Press City, moved the ball really well up the pitch in transition, and really, really create loads of scoring opportunities against City. City were very open that day, and Chelsea could have scored a couple of goals. Chelsea scored first, Raheem Sterling. City got an equalizer to Rodri. And, everybody was complaining. Everybody was not complaining, but they were saying, oh, City is not the same thing. But one thing people never learn, because this is the City, they always say that every season. And this team just got that mentality, man. They know how to do it. They just go into that, they get into that mode and they just go on and just go on winning games. So, They're still the champion. They're still the favorite for me, to be honest. Chelsea, on the other hand, have been playing really well. I think they won the last three, and this is they draw this one, so they're playing really, really well. Chelsea, so yeah, they're getting. I always back Pochettino anyway. Chelsea fans, most fans anyway, they're fickle, So I think Pochettino has just shown that you just need patience sometimes, and the team is playing well now. They're getting good results as well. So yeah. And then we go on to the Sunday game, Sheffield United, Brighton. There was a shocking tackle in this one by Allgate. Mason Allgate. His name is Mason. I don't even know what his first name. That was a shocking tackle on Mitoma. Mitoma was lucky that he didn't really got badly injured. And those are the kind of stuff that are definitely a red card. Brighton go on to win by 5 goals to 0. Adingra with a couple of goals. And Brighton, when they turn it on, man, they're gonna smash you. So they well deserved for Brighton. And also Sunday, Luton versus Manchester United. United beating Luton by 2 goals to 0. I think United played really well, and in patches, and then they allowed Luton to come back into the game. Luton will always give any team a tough game, especially at home. And for me, I think Man United just set the tone. When you go to play these big teams, these small teams, sorry, you go set the tone. Especially if you're playing away from home as a big team, you go set the tone and get your goals in. And yeah, it was nice to see Tom Locklear, the Luton captain, doing an interview on TV after the game or during the game as well after the game. And yeah, I wish him all the best. And then we move on to the Monday game, Everton Palace. That ended 1-1. Didn't really watch it, to be honest. Didn't watch it. I think Palace scored first, Everton got an equalizer. Or Palace scored first and Everton got an equalizer. I can't remember. I didn't really watch it. And yeah, that was a draw. I knew, that was, looking like a draw because Everton have not been pulling down trees at home where you think your home has to be your fortress. As in any team in any league, you have to start building that winning mentality from home. So I think they have to start winning games. Palace, they got a new manager, Glasner, the ex Leverkusen Frankfurt coach, sorry, and they Frankfurt manager. So I'm looking to. There's going to be a bounce. There's going to be a new manager bounce from the way that Frankfurt team played. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he shapes up Palace. And they've been down this route before. Palace, they went for what's his name? They went for Vieira, that didn't work out. And then they went for before Vieira, they went for what's the name of this legend? I can't remember his name now. He used to play for Ajax, but De Boer, I think it was Franco De Boer. I can't remember if he's Frank or his brother. So yeah, they just gotta stick with. I think you have to go when you get these new managers in. You have to stick with them, because it's gonna take time before they put their imprint on the teams. So yeah, that one ended 1-1 between Everton and Crystal Palace. So yeah, that was week 25. There was a couple of games after that. City are playing their rescheduled game against against Brentford, and they won by a goal to nil. Ireland with a goal, and yeah, so yeah, it's uh, it's it's just the way. That's just the way. That's the way it is. To be honest, that's the way the situation, the league is. That's the way the league is right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how everything pans out getting into these busy months. Let's get straight into the table. Let's look at the table. Table so far, it is Liverpool at the top of the tree, City at second, and there's only 1 point between the teams. Arsenal are third, goal difference as well. Arsenal are third with 1 point behind Liverpool. Everybody has played a number of games. Villa on 49, Tottenham on 47. Then comes United, and United seems to be chasing down that top spot. And apparently, they've said the fifth position is gone. That Champions League is now you're not going to get Champions League if you finish fifth, according to the latest UEFA, whatever they call it. I can't remember what the word is now, but it's going to be interesting to see how it pounds out. Let's go to the bottom of the table. Bottom of the table, we got Luton, uh, Burnley, and Sheffield United. I think those are the three teams that might go. Everton might be dragged in as well. For me, I think Burnley and Sheffield United are gone for me. You only we see what Luton can do. So that's the Premier League review. Looking back on the games over the weekend, and we're gonna be another weekend of football. We're gonna definitely be definitely all over that, and then we will see what happens when the games kick off for the when the games kick off for the um, when the games kick off for the weekend for the Premier League weekend, week 11, week 26. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. This is the Premier League review, and that's how the Premier League table stands. Are we gonna have a loads of change after this week? Yeah, there'll be definitely some movement. Thank you for watching. Make sure you stay safe. God bless, and I'll see you next time. This is the Premier League review. This is the football show.